Everybody is constantly looking outside of themselves for God instead of within. That is why the world is full of idol worship and false prophets. Let me ask you a question. Why does the Muslim believe in Allah? Why does the Christian believe in Jesus? Why does the atheist believe in nothing? Well, it's all based upon their perspective, which is made up of their life experiences and their belief system. Meaning what? This is why all over the world, believing changes reality. In India, which is predominantly full of Hindus and Muslims, society is entirely different to, say, for example, Romania, whereby predominantly people are of Christian faith. Therefore, reality changes. And the key reason it changes is because of the belief system. So that being the case, simultaneously all over the world, multiple ideologies are true to people, and then they act based on that belief that is true, which then changes their reality and changes their life. It alters their experience and their lifestyle, their principles, their morals, everything essentially. That is why you can have two people of two entirely different religions completely disagree with one another on what the truth is. Yet, both of them can bring evidence and proof in their eyes and to other people's eyes that this is true. This is the true path, whichever one they believe in, right? Therefore, it is the belief in the ideology that makes it true to them, which then causes them to act, and then based upon that, they see things and they seek out things which proves to them that the path they have chosen to believe in is true. This is essentially how manifestation works. Vision boards aren't how manifestation works. Affirmation isn't how manifestation works. All that stuff that these manifestation gurus and whatnot tell you and keep you in some endless loop. That's why people are in an endless loop who go through self-help and manifestation and all this. If you look at it, so many of them, 10 years later, they're still in the same cycle. 5 years later, you've got all this secret knowledge, yet you still haven't improved your life. Why? Because they're not telling you the actual truth. The actual truth is everything comes down to belief. Belief changes reality. Logically it does, spiritually it does, and scientifically it does. All three elements, right? Logically, in a court system, if someone is found to be guilty, aka it's true what they've done, their reality alters. Spiritually, if someone believes that God is true and they swerve on a car lane and they don't get hit by a car and they stay alive, they say that's a miracle. Therefore, God is true. If somebody doesn't believe in God and they crash and they injure themselves, they say, oh, see, God doesn't exist. I was calling out for God. God never came to save me. Therefore, their belief is now true to them. Do you see how it all links to the belief system, and then it changes their reality because now they act upon that information and from that perspective and experience, and now their life alters because of this belief system they have in their head. Therefore, this video is not to debate with you which religion is true, which religion isn't. No, it's actually to dissect and explain how you can use the principle of belief, aka how manifestation actually works, to change and alter your life and essentially help you create the life you actually desire. Okay, so let's go get into it. How do I know this works? Well, aside from 10 years of studying this stuff, I have implemented these universal laws onto my own life and got the outcomes I desire. And to be entirely honest with you, at first, I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. Obviously, in life, I'm studying here, I'm studying there, but I'm not intentionally trying to seek out these answers, not always. And then upon reflection, once I start seeing things and putting the piece of the puzzle together, I realize how powerful these laws actually are. Then I go and test them in life. I tell people who I know, I share it with them, sharing knowledge to help navigate life. That's what this channel is all about. Then I share it with other people and they achieve the results. So I know what I'm talking about here. So listen up and pay attention. Okay, so take this in one last time. Believing changes reality, religion, lifestyle, society changes based on belief. What is the truth? This is the key. This is the ultimate key to creating the life you desire. Why? Let me explain and give you some stories and give you some examples. By the end of it, if you listen and go apply this stuff to your own life, I guarantee you'll get results. And it doesn't matter what area, whether it be fitness, relationships, business, lifestyle in general, money. This applies to everything. Let me give you a quick analogy. The world star athlete only became the world star athlete by behaving like the world star athlete long before he was a world star athlete. Meaning what? Everything he got along the way only came to him based upon the way he was behaving. And he was behaving like a world star athlete. That is why he got those things. And along the way, he would have programmed himself and began to believe that he is a world star athlete, which then amplified his behavior and reinforced his beliefs that he is one. And so he continued to behave like one. And then eventually he got what he wanted. There's a reason why, when it comes to clubbing and whatnot, you'll see the rappers with the strippers. Why? Because they operate on the same frequencies. There's a reason why you will see a very good, humble person usually with another good, humble person in a marriage. Why? Because they're operating on the same frequency. So if you're somebody who's going around life and complaining about not having good friends, not having good business partners, not having the right people around you in your life, you need to look within, look yourself in the mirror. You are the one attracting them. Do you get it? You are attracting them. So blame yourself, take accountability, because I'm telling you, the second you change your behavior and you stop behaving in those ways that attract those people, then those people will not end up in your life. For example, yeah, this is me. This is me, right? I'm a degenerate. Always drinking alcohol, always partying. This is my alcohol bottle. Da, 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 da. Always drinking, always partying. Da, 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 da. Now, this is me and attracting a certain type of friends. Right? Because I'm making friends, I'm going out, I'm being social. Da, da, da. What do you think characteristic traits are these guys gonna have? Do you think these are the type of people that are gonna help me improve and level up in life? Now, they may be able to make me some money, because where degeneracy is, there's often money, and the money comes in degenerate ways. But are they gonna help me in my path? No. What are they gonna do? Bring me down. But whose fault is it? Who attracted them? Me. All because of the way I've been behaving and the energy I'm giving off. So you see, the way I'm acting has attracted that, yeah? So now, how does this link with belief system? Let me go back to the start. Everything in life comes down to belief. If you believe you are worthy of something, you will pursue it. Most people who lack in confidence, for example, when it comes to pursuing a partner they want, so guys with women, or a man taking on a new opportunity or taking a new risk, most people who don't take risks and don't pursue what they actually want inside don't do so because they believe they are not worthy. Why do they believe they are not worthy? Because they've programmed themselves and gone through life believing that. So then they've carried themselves through that, and they've attracted situations that have manifested and proved that they are not worthy. For example, they failed when they've tried once or twice, so now they believe they are not worthy. Whereas the winner does what? He'll fail once or twice, and he'll repeat, fail 6 times, win on the 7th, and then what does he realize? He is worthy. He's gained his own self-respect. Now he has that belief system in his head. So now, do you think this guy is going to be afraid to pursue what he wants? No, of course he's not. And the fact that he's not afraid to pursue what he wants, he has a much likelier chance of creating the life he actually desires than the person who doesn't believe they are worthy. So, and what does it all come down to? The belief system. Everything must first begin up here. This is a brain. Ignore my drawing. I'm atrocious at drawing. But this is your brain, right? And you have these thought patterns and these beliefs. Now, many of your thoughts are coming to you because of your belief system, because of your previous experiences and your perspective on life, right? So where do your thoughts come from? They come from your belief system, your perspective, and your experiences. Now, what you also have to realize is they are not just coming from the internal, they are coming from the external, aka people are constantly trying to program you with their belief systems, their ideologies, which are all based upon their perspective and experiences. Now, you need to ask yourself this: what is beneficial for me to believe that is going to help me create the life I desire? Because ultimately, it doesn't matter if you want money, fame, success, peace, to be a digital nomad, whatever it is. I know one thing that we all have in common, and it's the fact that we desire freedom. Because freedom essentially gives us the opportunity to create the life we truly desire. We have freedom of choice, we have freedom of movement. Those things allow us to spend our time how we want, allows us to make money how we want, allows us to make enough money or more than enough money to live the life we want. But all of these things come at a cost and at great responsibility, because once you have the freedom, that's when it can be taken away from you. Like I myself, I lost freedom many a times. Why? Because of my bad habits that I built up. And that happened because of my experiences and perspective and belief system. When I allowed my bad habits to take over, I was always usually either in a position of comfort or a position of low self-esteem, which all stem from these three things. And where do they all stem from? The mind. Point being, your mind is where it all begins. All action begins as a thought. So it all begins in the mental plane. And then you manifest it into the physical plane through action. That's why it doesn't matter what you believe in, what religion you are. This principle of law of attraction through action is all you need to go and create the life you desire. I was able to use that to attract the type of woman I wanted in my life. I was able to use it to attract the type of friends I wanted, because I had a very troubled past, grew up in a very bad environment, had a lot of bad influences and friends around me. So I had to cut that off and attract new friends. I still have those friends, but a lot of them can't be with me on a day-to-day basis because we're on a different journey and a different path. So how was I, as a grown man, able to make new friends? Why? How was I able to, more importantly, to make the friends that would benefit me and attract the people in my life that I needed? How was I able to make those associations, those acquaintances? How? All through the law of attraction. So how I carried myself, which all began through one belief. The belief that I am worthy and I deserve to get this. But the only reason that I'm able to continue believing I am worthy and I deserve it is if I keep taking daily action, aka putting myself through discomfort, keeping my word to myself, achieving goals and targets, experiencing new things which help me discover who I am, which show that I still can take risks and I can still push myself through things. This is what I mean. So now I'm going to give you a challenge. I want you should have a notepad out, by the way. You should be taking notes on stuff like this. You see, from now on, when you see a video of me with a whiteboard, get your notepad out. You got to start taking notes, because these are the type of videos, they are not full dopamine. That's why they're low edited, very simple, straightforward, straight to you. Okay? That's it. I'm literally trying to share the knowledge to help you achieve freedom and then create the life you desire. Why? Because I've done so myself. Yeah? And I'll tell you one thing. I've had money multiple points in my life. And I've chased hedonism multiple points in my life. And there is nothing as fulfilling as being able to help other people. You can't help everybody, because trust me, you can't help everybody. You can only help people who want to help themselves. And if you're watching this video, I presume you're somebody who wants to help themselves. So I'm going to do my best here to help you. Now, whether you do that or not, Doesn't matter to me. I'm still going to keep living my life. But I want you to do this. Write down one belief today. What it can be a romantic belief, it can be a financial belief, it can be a business belief, it can be a fitness goal, whatever it is, right? Write it down. Give yourself 1 to 3 months. Now behave like a person who deserves that, who is worthy of having that. So if your goal is to find a nice, beautiful wife for yourself, yeah, you want to have a family with. For the next 1 to 3 months, maybe longer, but for 1 to 3 months, we'll say, start behaving like a guy who deserves that consistently, every single day. Do things that is deserving of that woman, right? If your goal is business orientated, say, for example, you want to start making 10K a month. Start behaving like somebody who already earns 10K a month. Now you see with both of these parts, business or relationship, along the way, you're going to be behaving like that person. So you're already being that person. You have to be to become. And that's another law. You must be to become. All of this is law of attraction through action. All of this is based on your belief. So what is going to happen while you're doing this law of attraction through action? You're going to start to believe because you're actually doing it. And then when you attract it, because you will attract it, if you are making the right moves consistently, this doesn't mean there might not be hiccups or failure or struggles along the way, but you are consistently acting like the person who deserves it. So when these struggles, failures and hiccups happen, you react to them in a way that the person who is that would. Do you see what I'm saying here? Now, you do that, you will get this in your life. And then guess what you're going to say when you do achieve that? Oh, it's because I believed in this. So you're going to say, you're basically going to tell yourself you've done it through the law of attraction. Now you're going to believe in the law of attraction. So you see, if you start praying 5 times a day because you're a Muslim guy and you believe that that's what's going to get you, and you start praying 5 times a day, and next thing you know, you've got a wife within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, and you're carrying yourself like a husband consistently, you're going to say it's because, I started praying 5 times a day. You're going to accredit it to Allah and Islam because that's what you believe is going to get you there. So I don't know what you're going to tell yourself, what you believe, right? But you are going to believe something and you are going to behave like that. And then when you get there, you're going to accredit it to that belief. And now what? It's true. And because you believe in the first place, you're going to start acting in a certain way, which means what? It is true. So your truth is your truth. Somebody else's truth is their truth, right? But it all ties back to the one thing that I said at the start. It all ties back to the law of attraction through action. Because your belief essentially dictates the direction that your life is going to go in. It influences everything. So be extremely careful and mindful of what you believe in. You need to believe in things that are going to serve you. Don't look at the world as if it's dark, there's no opportunity, it's all, the matrix, You look at the world like that, you're going to see negativity everywhere because you'll notice it and it reaffirms to you. So it's essentially your own confirmation bias. But if you see the world as abundant and full of opportunity and possibility for anything to happen, right? You'll start to see that and you'll start to behave like that. And then what will happen? It will literally attract things to you because you're putting yourself in those situations and environments for those things to happen. AKA the law of attraction through action. And now you will attest that to the law of attraction through action because you realized all of it is based upon your belief system. So be very mindful what you believe in. Only believe in what's going to serve you. And always remember this, no matter what position you're in, we all have a choice. We either elevate or we deteriorate. There's only one point in this universe where the earth is still, and that is in death. There's only one thing in this universe when we are still, and that is in death. Even when you are sleeping, even the most stillest of objects, if you put it under a magnifying glass, there's tiny, tiny, tiny molecules all vibrating and moving. The only time when this isn't happening is in death. So until then, you've always got a chance and you always have the opportunity to create the life you desire. Love.